Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. And if I am correct, I believe this, guys, is part 100. Woo! Part 100! Woo! I would be a little more excited right now. Hold on. Woo! Yeah, it is, because, 99 was the last part. So cool. Yes, this is part 100. That's amazing. And we're not done. So, but that's still amazing. We've done roughly 100 parts of this. I have to be honest with you. The base starter chapter kind of thing is free, so whatevs. And then if you got this on a sale, like a summer sale or a winter sale, because it usually does go on sale, and it's kind of like, even I think Takumi's route, and actually maybe Book One of Hikaru's route, went on the summer sale that just happened, and I'm like, but I just bought it! But I'm also the person that's like, no, I can't wait. But if you got them on sale, I mean, they're, what, $4? $3.99, I think, for each main route, and then $1.99 for each epilogue. This was nice because they gave us the epilogue with this, but if you think about it, we spent $8 on his route as opposed to the $6, you know? So we spent a little extra on his route, so it's kind of nice that they weren't like $8 and then $2 on his route. So, which is fine with me. I don't mind at all, because I don't think that's really that, it's not that bad. I mean, $4, whatevs. But you could get these on a sale. And, I mean, I just feel like if you got them all on a sale, it's not an expensive game for what you get. I mean, especially if you look at from Shin's route, Show's route, not Shin's route, Show's route. It's Show's route. Shin was in Mystic, what's it called? In Amnesia Memories. Wow. In Show's route, like, it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my god, the writing is like phenomenal. But like, it progresses from there. It's like, we kind of started with the game, we kind of just wrote some stuff and let's see how it goes. But then, like, as they've written and as the paths have come out, they have gotten better. Like, Takumi's route, you were like, holy shit, why is it, like, Shinji's route, why is this so much better than the past two? Takumi's route, why is this so much this? What the fuck? Like, it's just amazing. So I do think it's worth it. And I mean, obviously we've done all the paths. We haven't chosen all the choices, obviously, but, you know, some of them, I feel like, you know, some of them I don't think it necessarily matters whether you choose A or B. It doesn't, you know, mess you up or anything. You just get slightly different, you know, conversations or whatever, but it still brings you down a certain path. So I know that obviously if you guys are watching this, you know, I mean, to me, it's like, I'm not gonna, like, I've watched every route of the game. Why would I need to play it? But if you're the type of person that's like, even though I've watched this, I really still want to play it, like, I would seriously highly recommend it. And you know what? I wouldn't even mind play, but then come back and watch. If you don't want to watch the end, like, at least still watch. Because I don't want to push anyone like, don't watch my stuff, go play it. No, please still watch my stuff and support me, because it makes me feel loved. You know, but like, I'm serious. It's good. And I cannot wait for Echoes to come out. I really can't. And they could seriously just keep doing these games just with different characters. And I think, you know, until all of a sudden they sell out, I think that knowing, like, from these guys from Aeon Dream Studios, when anything comes out from them, I'll probably be like first on the bandwagon, just because it's been such an adventure, guys. And I'm so happy that it exists and that it's out there and that it's a really good visual novel in the Otome range that you can play. Because there are some really good, obviously, like Amnesia is still up there. It's like fucking amazing. And there's so many others. There's 3 other Amnesia games, but they don't make them in English, so it's kind of like, well, that sucks. Can we please do them? But they don't I guess they just don't think that there's a reason to do it, but it's like, yes, there is! Please, God, people! I need the rest of those in my life! I seriously actually think, do I have it? Let me check. I think... No, I didn't. I play a game and then I kind of uninstall it because, like, I'm done playing the game and I can't save all of that room on my computer, you know? I can't uninstall Amnesia. I can't do it. It's like, I haven't played it in, like, months, obviously, but I'm like, but I can't do it. God, it's been a long ass time. I can't do it. I can't I can't do it. I won't be able to do it with this one for a long ass time, but anyway, now that 20 minutes later I've just been talking rambling about how good this is, we're going to get into the first chapter of the end. So we have two things. We have the first chapter, the final chapter, and then our path. And then we will do one more where we get the other path. So whichever one, I have a feeling we're going to get the passionate route. I don't think we did anything to fuck that up, but who knows? But we will also do whatever I have to do. I'll go through, play it, do whatever, to get the crappy route too, so we can see that end. But anyway, first chapter. This time when I come back to the Chaos Realm, I'm suspended in air for just a moment. But instead of dropping gently to the ground, I sink straight down to the floor. What's wrong with me? Why can't I stand? Why am I getting so emotional? It's not like I didn't know this was going to happen. Still, tears trickle down my face, uncaring of my logic. I don't see Galen or Haruka, and frankly, I don't care right now. Hikaru! I want to see Hikaru! It's the same Hikaru I just lost, right? Even if he doesn't remember me. I stand up and look for his floating form. My eyes immediately spot him, together with Haruka. I dash over to the two. I stare into Hikaru's face before finally noticing Haruka's expression. Haruka, what's the matter? Oh, Inara, I'm so glad you're back. The goddess unexpectedly gives me a tight hug. It's Hikaru. You won't wake up. Even though I summoned the box to me and placed the last soul fragments you retrieved. So that was you. Wait, what do you mean he won't wake up? I look at Hikaru's sleeping face, and a sickening dread grips my core. I understood her perfectly well. I just don't want to. Have I failed? A sob rips through the goddess before she can speak. For the third time today, I find my legs giving out before me. Hikaru, you trusted in me, and Large, fat drops of water fall from my eyes onto my clenched hands. Haruka begins wringing her hands and pacing around Hikaru's body. This can't be right. He isn't supposed to die. Not like this. This isn't natural. It's not... How can this be order? How can this be right? I'm too numb to even properly process Haruka's words, much less respond to them. I'm sorry. I should have saved him back then. I shouldn't have let him get sealed. I'm sorry. She jerks her head around and looks towards somewhere else while still wringing her hands. But I can't stop staring at Hikaru. Oh! Is she gonna kill Sunika? Girl, you go. You go, girl. Kill that bitch. Galen! Please, come! The god walks up to us, slowly materializing, as if he walked out of some invisible mist. His eyes momentarily flit to me before landing on the distressed Haruka. Yes? I need you to fix this, please? Every word the goddess says sounds like a struggle to get out. This isn't right. You can fix not right things. Can't you? Please. I know it's wrong, but you have to. I can't lose my only son like this. He doesn't deserve it. Please, 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 Galen. I finally look up at Haruka and see all of the anger and pain in her eyes. She's normally such a gentle goddess, so it hurts even more that she's being turned into this. By me. By my own failure to save her son. You are fully aware that what I bring back may not be the same Hikaru. He is not so insignificant that bringing him back would not affect anything. You know the potential consequences. I want my son back! The universe be damned! Her soft voice turned into a ragged yell echoes through the empty Coliseum. Oh, who is this? Do you really mean that, Windwalker? Oh, there's her. We turn to see Sunika approach, an inscrutable expression upon her face. For the first time, it isn't fear that springs forth inside of me. It's hatred. As I jump up and get in between her and Haruka, I feel my own powers destabilizing, my control on them loosening. You! The hell are you doing here? But Sunika doesn't even acknowledge me. Her eyes are solely on Haruka. You would really forsake the entire universe just for your son? You, who has always followed the rules nearly perfectly. Aren't you being hypocritical? Of all people, how dare you speak to me? Haruka's voice takes on a distorted, echoing quality, and I feel the hair on the back of my neck prickle. Intense winds begin blowing in what is normally a still place. Haruka? So the gentle little bunny has some fight in her. Not bad. I always thought you were too busy kissing divine ass or fucking around with humans to... I managed to get out of the way just in time. I just narrowly avoid a huge gust of wind that blows Sunika across the Coliseum into a pillar. Good. You took him away! Everyone is hurting because of you! I won't let you get away with hurting Hikaru! Sunika groans as she unearths herself from the pillar. I find myself in horror as I remember that Haruka is a goddess as well, however weak she may be compared to Sunika. Oh, anger makes you stronger. I clench my fists and let my powers surge through me as well. She wants to fight to avenge Hikaru? If this is all I can do now, then... You just made your first and last mistake, weakling. Sunika quickly summons a much larger ball of light than I'd ever seen back in the cave. She immediately hurls it at Haruka, though it's large enough to hit me as well. I can't stop something that strong this fast. I don't even have time to close my eyes. But then the ball of light disappears midair. Now, I wouldn't interfere, but I can't let you do that. Sunika practically growls in rage at having her attack stopped, but then she makes a move I couldn't predict. She teleports right to Hikaru. No! I throw myself at his body, protectively covering his with my own. Again, everything seems to happen all at once. I see Galen raise his hand at the same time as Sunika brings a whip of light down toward me. A bright light. Did I actually get killed this time, or... I hear Sunika's all too familiar scream of rage. I blink the spots away and... Hikaru? Hikaru stands in front of me in his god form, glowing with divine light and surrounded by winds. How are you alive? Before I can fully comprehend what the hell just happened, I have a strange sensation of shifting, somehow. Of time itself ceasing to exist. I look around and realize that we are now in that place. A place I almost faded away into nothingness. Sunika's realm, outside of time. The only people who exist here are me, Sunika, and the god that I still can't believe is actually Hikaru. The man actually smirks. You look pretty pissed. I guess you're just not that good at murder. No, it's definitely Hikaru. Music's pretty cool. An eerie calm suddenly overtakes Sunika as she gives a crazed, lopsided grin. I am so sorry. I promise I'll do it right this time. Sunika creates countless light particles with her hands, each one seemingly moving at her will. The lights dance around her before she pushes her hands out, directing the lights to shoot off at Hikaru as if they were missiles. Hikaru holds out his hand, summoning a katana-shaped sword of light. He deflects them by creating a gust of wind with a slash of his sword. Sunika laughs. We're in my realm now. Time and space itself bends to my will. Does a piece of half-human trash like you really think you have any chance at all? I blink and Sunika is suddenly behind Hikaru with another whip of light. I instantly raise my hand, raising an invisible barrier with it. The goddess's whip comes down on my barrier and it collapses, but her light whip dissipates on contact. She looks at me for the first time as if just noticing my presence. A decidedly disgusted look appears on her face, as if I were rotting garbage. Hikaru turns around to look at me, smiling. I get a sudden urge to cry, but I shove down the lump in my throat and raise my hands in a battle stance. He does, because he's not alone. I know you probably brought me here just to watch him die again, but things are different this time. I'll save Hikaru this time. And just who are you exactly? At first I did think you were Shizuka, but it's clear that I've insulted the witch. You're just a pathetic copy, aren't you? Fake of the real thing. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts when she says that. But looking at Hikaru floating behind her, I remember his words from that night. I look back at Sunika. You want to know the name of the woman who's gonna stop you? Fair enough. My name is Inara, and I am the last sorceress. Like the last unicorn! I am the last Sparkles the unicorn. I'm Inara Sparkles the unicorn. Last sorceress, bitch. Sunika frowns and starts to summon some kind of light, but Hikaru immediately slashes at her with his own light sword from behind, forcing her to jump back. I take the opportunity to send bolts of lightning down at her, but before I can, she's suddenly behind me. But the air around me goes crazy, turning into a cyclone that knocks Sunika away. I glance at Hikaru, and it's clear we've got each other's backs. I get it. She can warp space-time, so we have to protect each other and try to keep her off guard or we're dead. It's terrifying to say the least, but my own anger and determination to save Hikaru drown all that out. I can't help but think of Haruka's crying face, or Hikaru's last words as he sacrificed himself to seal Sunika in the past. I won't mess up this time. I won't let him go. Hikaru quickly moves in on Sunika, slashing at her with his sword. I begin to understand that this is a fight that could literally go on for eternity, them being gods and me being immortal, except that my body is still human. I still get tired. Sunika creates a spear of light just as Hikaru's sword crashes down on her. With a strange clang, the two divine weapons clash against each other, but it's like 2-on-1, so you should be like, BAM! Blow her head up. And brain explosion. Why are you just laughing? Because you have an aneurysm that's about to blow in 3, 2, oh bye! Bye-bye! Bye, Abigail. It's only funny if you watch Murdered Soul Suspect, you'd understand that. But anyway, the game that I played. Actually, now that... again, that part might not have come up yet. It's... You should watch it. It's gonna come up. So go watch Murdered Soul Suspect, and then you'll get that reference, and it'll be funny. That's why we don't say bye, Felicia. We say bye, Abigail. I feel like I'm the only one that gets that, though, because, like, if you haven't been watching or don't finish watching my playthrough of Murdered Soul Suspect, you won't get that. Also, I recommend that because it's me screaming constantly about how everything fucking sucks and I fucking hate the demons and goddammit, and it's just really funny. I get really angry. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't hit the right button, that's my fault. After, like, 10 minutes of screaming. It's kind of awesome. I suck at games. Anyway, the force of the impact sends Hikaru a few steps backward, and Sunika's spear to dissipate. Sends Hikaru a few steps backwards, and Sunika's spear dissipates? Assuming that's what I'm supposed to say. Desperately, I rack my brain trying to think of some way to get out of this alive, and hopefully without any missing limbs. Why? Why is she fighting us anyway? Why does she hate us so much? Is it just because she's insane? The goddess screams and pulls at the air, creating another spear of light that she immediately throws at Hikaru. I push my hands upward, creating an ice barrier in front of Hikaru. The spear lodges itself into the ice, but it doesn't come close to going through it. Before Sunika can react, I create a whip of fire and whip it at her. It wraps around her. I pull, tightening it around her. No, she said we stopped her from avenging Tokyo. I guess I really did now. But why was she killing humans anyway? She struggles against the fiery bind, and I see the orange flames suddenly turn white. The whip turns from fire to light and dissipates in one brilliant flash of light. Well, fire is kind of light. My ears ring, and my vision is blurred. It creates light. I can hardly see anything in front of me other than a bright light heading toward me. I quickly blink away the haziness to see a spear of light heading right for me. It's kind of the same line a couple times there. I rush to throw up a barrier, but even as I do, the spear goes right through it, stopping only a few centimeters from my face. Fuck. That's what she should have said. Sunika happily cackles away and conjures up yet another spear, tossing it at me with unrestrained glee. Hikaru rushes forward and their weapons clash with that same strange clang. He knocks the spear out of the air and it flies somewhere off to the side. Hikaru then charges at Sunika. She conjures yet another spear, but Hikaru moves so fast she only has time to block his attack. He pushes down on her, and she jumps back, almost stumbling backwards. The two move in for another attack. Hikaru and Shizuka said he was likely killed by gods or with an artifact. Normal humans probably wouldn't have that, so coming up with an idea quickly, I decided to take a chance. Sunika! What if I said I knew who killed Tokyo? Would you stop all this madness? Sunika pauses at the mention of Tokyo's name, and Hikaru stops mid-attack. He instead holds his light sword defensively. I'm guessing he figured out what I'm doing. In a hoarse, shaking, and pained voice, Sunika points a finger at me. If you're fucking with me, you will die, witch. Ignoring her insult for the sake of our only chance, I continue. 500 years ago, after Tokyo was murdered, you killed humans. Why? I was... the grief. My anger. Seeing that she's beginning to lose her tenuous grip on her emotions, I quickly continue on. Can a human kill a god so easily, though? I don't know how it happened, but... Limply floating in mid-air, Sunika interrupts me in a hollow voice, as if in a trance. He went out. He went out to help them. I found him dead. A pool of his own blood. A divine knife. His eye. Humans surrounding him. Sunika's head falls, as if all of the life had drained out of her. She's completely silent, and I find myself unable to speak. I can't see her face anymore. Her hair is covering it, but in a tiny voice she continues to speak. Why did he have to die? He was so pure, so bright and beautiful, and not fucking a crazy little bitch like you. When he was happy, he radiated light. He was so kind. Everyone loved him. He didn't deserve it. I'm the horrible person. No one's ever really cared for me, except him, my beautiful, precious love. It should have been me. When I felt like I had lost Hikaru so many times, I've only begun to comprehend the pain and despair that Sunika must feel. But even a fraction of that is too much to bear. That's when Hikaru's deep but gentle voice echoes through the space. I can't give you a clear answer, but you might have been deceived, goddess. The gods are treacherous sort. It's more likely that they were the ones who took Tokyo away from you. Huh? Sunika looks up now with tears streaming from her face. She looks more like a hopeless little girl right now than a powerful goddess. Doesn't it make sense? Your reputation in the divine realm. You said it yourself. That's why you chose to live in other timelines, isn't it? Instead of in that realm? Humans back then were terrified of gods. It's very unlikely they would have outright killed one. But other gods... Yes. Yes, you're right. Sunika's powers recede back into her, and I let out a sigh of relief. Those bastards. They've always had it out for me. I know part of it was because they were always jealous of my power. But that's such a petty reason to kill my love. And in the end, that would mean his only crime was loving me. Tokyo was murdered because he dared to love a miserable person like me. We're at an impasse. Sunika has stopped, but I find myself unable to just leave her like this, even if she would let us. Why don't we call Galen then? If anyone would be able to help you with these answers, it's him. Galen. Fine. I'll find out if you're telling the truth. Sunika takes a deep breath, and when she calls out, her voice seems to lack all energy. Yo, emo grandpa. I know you don't have anything else to do, so that means you're listening, right? Then just come here already. Sunika adds with a tired smile. I even left the back door open for you. Oh my god, and I made Galen, like, so super gay, and now she just made a gay reference, and that's amazing. In the blink of an eye, Galen stands before her, wordlessly looking down at her tiny form. It's like she knew the voice I gave him was, like, so comically cartoonish. Like, cartoonishly, like, seriously! He's got a voice like the Pink Panther. Like, in the old cartoons. Oh god, it's so cartoonish and wrong, but it's funny. Hey, I got a question for you. And if I don't like the answer, well, you know what? I don't think I care anymore if you do kill me. I'm tired. Tired of fighting. Tired of feeling like shit. Tired of hurting people. Then speak, O Weaver of Time. I need to know the truth. Who was it that killed Tokyo? I suspect it was the gods. If you know of anyone in the divine realm that might have hated Sunika no Mikoto enough. Galen tilts his head, his aura flaring so suddenly that I can barely stop myself from stumbling backwards. More than you might have guessed, it seems. But there are 3 in particular that seem to have left traces of their auras in the area where Tokyo was killed. It is a little unusual for 3 gods to be anywhere near such an event as the murder scene of another god, no? If you know who they are, just say it. Galen looks back at a tiny goddess, who seems to be growing increasingly annoyed by the second. The trio is one you happen to know. Shall I summon them for you? Sunika wordlessly snaps her fingers, bringing forth 3 cloaked figures in the middle of her odd little circle. Why would she do it? She doesn't know who they are. They all look at each other, and then around us in confusion. Demetrius, Soto, and Karabal. 3 weakling sacks of shit. It's honestly hard to get angry at such inconsequential maggots. You bitch. You're still alive. Why have you summoned us here? Do you think we have time to waste? We were in the middle of a council vote. Pfft, yeah. You gods and your damn voting on every freaking thing. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but you have a lot of nerve for bugs that are going to be squashed. Most do tend to posture in these sort of situations. They immediately stiffen upon the god's words and take a better look at the company around them. What is going on? What's going on indeed? You're hanging out with the god killer now? Your preferences have managed to fall even lower. Ugh! Sunika throws out a hand and Demetrius' hands go to his throat. The only god killer I'm talking to right now is you! What? You fucking heard me! I love her. I really do. She's an evil psycho bitch, but I kinda like her. You killed Tokyo, didn't you? All 3 of the gods cringe at the force of her words. An explosion of power emanates from Sunika and goes through the gods, holding them all perfectly still. I try not to think about it, but I've been the victim of this once before when she stopped time. Answer me! It seems like you got your mind made up, so why would we answer you? If you tell me why you did it, I might consider letting you go. Shh, you really think we'll believe that? What options do you have? You 3 are low-tier gods. I think even I could take you in a fight. Just try it, freak! Shut up! You have the honor of speaking to me, so you damn well better pay attention! The hooded gods fall silent, and I feel thankful for the first time not to be on the receiving end of Sunika's wrath. I will ask you once again, why the hell did you kill Tokyo? Because it would hurt you. What? You want to know the answer, so we told you. You are nothing but trouble in the divine realm, prancing around with your oh-so-special time magic. So disrespectful of everyone in the rules. Do you really think we as self-respecting gods would let that go? We thought we'd teach you a lesson you wouldn't forget. Punish that damn arrogant attitude of yours. It doesn't matter how weak you think we are. We're still your elder gods, and we deserved respect. We knew you'd go nuts on the humans and break all the rules. We figured you'd get exiled or your godhood stripped or killed, whatever the council decided. Anything was better than spending thousands of years with your shitty attitude playing jokes on everyone. The council was working on deciding what to do with you when the half-human and sorceress sealed you away. Solved our problem for us neat and tidy. Thanks for that, by the way. The gods nod to Hikaru and I feel my fists tighten into a ball. You were just using everyone. And then you blamed humans for it? Sunika's voice is barely above her whisper when she finally speaks. That's why Tokyo is gone. Because you were tired of me. You're disgusting. How dare you call yourselves gods? I see some things never change, no matter the era. Sunika's head falls down to her chest, and her hair covering her face. But she snaps out a hand upon clenching it. She snaps out a hand, and upon clenching it, all 3 gods scream in agony. Galen casually strides closer to Sunika. He casts a single lazy glance at the screaming gods before turning his focus on her. Simply wiping these 3 out of existence is a waste. Normally, I would let you do as you please, but in this case, we might have a use for them. Sunika doesn't change her position, and the god's screams echo throughout the dimensions. Use them for what? They're fucking useless. I propose a trade. Their lives for that of your lover. Sunika's head snaps up and the god's screaming stops. What? Makes sense. A life for a life. But these guys, who knows what their fates would be? I can't say I'm comfortable with it, but it's not my place to judge here. Sunika floats to Galen and stares at him. Can you really do it, Galen? Can you really bring Tokyo back? Yes, a simple enough matter. With these three to even the scales, it will be easy enough. Then please, do it. Do whatever you need to do. Very well. Come then. We will do what needs to be done. Galen turns to face us. As for you two, well done. We will meet again soon. Hi. What about all the people that she fucking killed in 4 other fucking timelines? Actually, I'm pretty sure in the show one, nothing bad happened. But like, pretty sure Tetsuya's mother is dead. Pretty sure what's-his-face is dead. Yeah, Tetsuya's mother. Why can't I... Did anyone die in Shinji's path? I think it was really only Tetsuya's mother and... Yeah, well, so, 3 lives. So, yeah, you better use them to save those 2. Because what's, you know... Why... Takumi. I'm like, why can't I remember his name? My brain. Yeah, Takumi and, what's-her-face. Like, meh. You need to save them. Thank you, Galen. I nod along vigorously, realizing that I've come to have some sort of affection for this ancient god. Yes, thank you. I mean, he's been with us in every path, and he's friggin'... Oh, seriously, I just run the coffee shop. Whatever. And sometimes I do some shady deals on the side. Oh, and I'm the god of chaos. Surprise! Holy fucking shit. That's still the best part of this whole thing, was like, Galen's like, I'm the god of chaos. You're like, ah! Oh, girl, I need to stop this and pause. We need to pause this and have ourselves a freak out. Still. Galen raises his hands, his fingers poised to snap. Final chapter. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here, and we will check out the final chapter in the next part, in part 101. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.